Ecology and the Physical Environment, Part 1. Now, first of all, ecology is the study of the interactions between organisms and the environment. And there are many different levels of ecology. We can study the interactions of individual organisms, known as organismal ecology, how an individual behaves and so on and so forth. There's also population ecology, and again, a population is a group of organisms of the same species living in the same area at the same time. This can include things like population growth and demographics and so forth. A community is a group of populations. That is how the different species in the environment interact with each other, predator-prey relationships and so forth. The ecosystem includes the community and its non-living environment, or abiotic factors. The living things would be biotic factors. And of course, the sum total of all global ecosystems is the biosphere, everywhere where life exists. But to go over some abiotic factors, of course, we have the importance of sunlight. Sunlight not only provides heat and temperature, which drives the water cycle, climate, and weather patterns, but sunlight also provides food energy for the biosphere via photosynthesis. We also have the availability of nutrients and so on and so forth as part of the abiotic factors. Now, when it comes to global climate patterns, the Earth is spherical in shape, which means that the sun is going to warm it unevenly. So you're going to have more direct rays going here, less direct rays going here. Now, of course, where you have more direct rays, there's going to be more sunlight being absorbed, and it's going to be converted to heat, so it will be hotter. So that gives us the temperature differences with latitudes. That's why it's hot at the equator, and that's why Santa Claus has to wear a coat. Now, meanwhile, the Earth is revolving around the sun, and the Earth is tilted on its axis by an angle of 23.5 degrees. So here we have the position of the Earth with the sun in June. Now, during the day of June solstice, the sun is directly overhead, 23.5 degrees north latitude. By the way, the equator is 0 degrees and the North Pole is 90. So 23.5 degrees north latitude here. 6 months later, at the December solstice, the sun is directly overhead, 23.5 degrees south latitude. So when we have these seasonal differences caused by the tilt of the Earth, we also have differences in photoperiod, but we also have different climate regions on the planet. So the area between the equator, 23.5 north and 23.5 south, is the tropical area. The sun is more or less overhead year-round. But then we get into the temperate zones, where you do get the actual 4 seasons of the year: summer, fall, winter, spring. And of course, north of the Arctic Circle, you have the polar regions. Now, during the June solstice, if you're above the Arctic Circle, you will not see the sun set. However, in December, you will not see it rise. See, you have these differences in photoperiod. This is why we have longer days in the summer, shorter days in the winter, and so on and so forth. But we also go through a spring and a fall equinox, where the northern hemisphere is neither pointed toward or away from the sun, and the day and the night photoperiod is equal. And that concludes part 1.